Ladies, this is a pro tip that I've been screaming to the mountaintops, and it has helped significantly with the quality of my dating and several other women's dating life. Do not settle for the floor. Aim for the ceiling. Meaning, when you are dating a man, and if he is not together emotionally, mentally, financially, physically, intellectually, he's probably not in a place where he needs to be dating you. And that is the truth. You don't want to be dating someone who's coming with an empty cup in those areas, because all those areas are going to impact the quality of your relationship with them. Now, I get a lot of backlash from the fellas because, you mean you can't have an emotional connection with someone who's broke? You can have an emotional connection with a frog if you wanted to. You can have an emotional connection with anyone or anything. What I'm telling most women is, getting involved with someone who is not mentally, emotionally, financially, and physically there is going to draw.
This is for the girls that have heard your expectations are too high. I dated this man years ago. He was successful, hardworking, went to Ivy League college, the whole thing. We started dating, and once he started realizing that I liked him, he was telling me my expectations were too high. When I would tell him, hey, well, this is how I grew up. We both grew up really different. Grew up with a single dad that I traveled the world with. Every relationship that he's ever been in, he took care of the girlfriends, his wife. If they chose to work, it was up to them. If they chose not to, he didn't care. He was going to take care of the household. It was never a conversation about who's bringing what to the table. So he grew up with a single mom who's really hardworking, who pushed them to be really motivated, which I love, but we just grew up very differently. So when I would tell him my expectations, he would say, like, that's not reasonable. He would little girl me and manipulate me. He'd tell me that you just don't know. You're too young to even know. Sir, what? So eventually we realized that we just weren't compatible. A lot of conversations of hoping that one of us would finally decide and change and become different, which we didn't, because my expectations stayed the same and his expectations stayed the same. Do not waste your time trying to change a man and change his belief. If that's what he believes, move on. I wasted time just trying to have conversations hoping that he would see it in my perspective, and trust me, it does not work. That the universe works, tell you, all of that manifesting, writing out a list of what I wanted a man, the next guy that I dated did exactly everything that I wanted. So do not settle for a man telling you expectations are too high, because they're never that high, baby.
So a few weeks ago, a guy told me that I was too high maintenance, or too high maintenance for him, because I have standards and I did not want to go on some low effort, low value date that he had planned. Actually, he didn't have anything planned. He wanted to go for like a coffee at dinner time. And I politely declined because I have standards. So he said, well, you're too high maintenance for me anyway. And I was okay with that because I know what I want and I'm not settling. And this is the message I'm projecting out to the universe. Like, I'm not settling, so I'm not going to go on a low effort, low value date when I know someone out there would happily meet my standards. And what do you know? The next guy that asked me out lives in a different city. And what did he do? He booked a flight, came to my city, booked a hotel in the nicest hotel in my city, spent 5 days here trying to get to know me, taking me out to nice restaurants, nice activities, just because he liked me. And this just shows why you should never settle for an option that you're not comfortable with and you're not happy with. And if someone calls you high maintenance because you don't want to settle, then so be it, because there is someone out there that would absolutely be happy to go above and beyond and meet any need that you have. It just becomes a matter of what you're okay to settle for.
My YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video, we are talking about why you should never settle for a man who doesn't meet your standards. Okay, so I had to put the videos together so that you guys will watch and learn. Now I'm here just to share my true sense, like what I think about this video. So first thing first, let's talk about what standards really mean. Your standards are the non-negotiable in your relationship. These are the qualities, values, and behaviors that absolutely need a partner to feel respected, valued, and loved. They could range from how he treats you to his ambitions to how he handles conflict. The bottom line is your standards are a reflection of how you expect to be treated and the type of relationship you want to build. Now let's talk about why is it so dangerous to settle for someone who doesn't meet these standards. When you settle, you are essentially telling yourself that your needs, desires, and values are not as important as being in this relationship. This is not only affect your self-esteem, but also the stage of long-term dissatisfaction. A relationship should uplift you, not make you feel like you're compromising on things that matter most to you. Let's get real for a second. Why do so many women settle? Sometimes it's fear of being alone, societal pressure, or the idea that he has potential. But remember, potential is not the same as reality. If a man is not meeting your standards now, there is no guarantee he will ever. And guess what? It's not your job to fix or to change him. You deserve someone who meets you where you are, not where you hope they will be someday. Ladies, your self-worth plays a huge role in whether or not you settle. When you know your value, you're less likely to accept less than what you deserve. This is not about being over picky or having unrealistic expectations. It's about recognizing that you are worthy or of a relationship that aligns with your values, goals, and needs. You should never feel like you have to shrink yourself or your standards to make someone else comfortable. It can be tough, I know. It can be tough, I know. The dating world is challenging and the fear of being single can be real, but trust the process. It's better to be single and at peace than to be in a relationship where you're constantly compromising your happiness and self-respect. The right person will meet you and your standards without having to lower them. So to all my ladies out there, hold your standards high and don't settle for anything less. The right man will appreciate you for who you are and will meet those standards willingly. Remember, you're deserving of love that meets your expectations, not one that requires you to lower them. If you find this my words are nice, yeah. So the other thing that I want to talk about is sometimes, there's some people who are in this relationship and they try to compromise, and when you compromise too much, guys, you end up being unhappy. Okay, so don't compromise. Yes, you can compromise, but don't too much, not very much. Like, if someone is really doing bad things to you and you go in this relationship, you have your goals and like you want to work, you want to make your future bright, and at the end of the day someone comes because he's the head of the house, now he wants to let you not to work. Like, he doesn't want you to work, he just wants you to make you stay at home. At the end of the day, this man doesn't even give you money, or he just let you live at home like that, like a housewife. Is that fair? No. So ladies, learn to stand on your own. And yeah, so yeah, that's my thinking for today. I don't know what you think, ladies, about don't settle for men who don't meet your standard. How do you think about this one? So yeah, all I can say is bye bye. So let's meet on the next video, guys. Don't forget to leave your comments. Bye.